Ladies and gentlemen,
this is the moment we have all been waiting for. Officially weighing in at 127.9 pounds, he brings to the ring a professional record of 16 wins, only one loss. 8 of those wins coming by way of knockout.
A former WBO Intercontinental Featherweight Champion.
Tonight wearing maroon and green shorts, standing with trainer Adam Booth.
As a professional, he's a 2-time world title challenger.
2012 Olympic bronze medal winner. Fighting out of Belfast, the fighting pride of all of Ireland.
Introducing
Conlan.
Wearing the yellow and blue shorts, weighing in at 9 stone, 3 pound 8 ounces. He has an amateur record of 9 national amateur titles. The former English Super Bantamweight Champion. 4 Great Britain titles, 67 international appearances, and his professional record reads 1 loss, 17 wins, 4 by way of knockout. Is the former English and WBA Intercontinental Super Bantamweight Champion from Leeds, Jack Bateson.
Welcome back, fight fans, to the channel, the home of epic highlights, brutal knockouts, and full fight breakdowns. In today's video, we take you inside the ring for the highly anticipated showdown between Ireland's own Michael Conlan and Leeds rising star Jack Bateson. This was more than just a fight. It was a clash of styles, careers, and boxing dreams. Will Conlan's world-class experience dominate, or can Bateson pull off a career-defining upset? Let's break it all down, from entrances to explosive exchanges. Let's start with Michael Conlan. Born in Belfast, Northern Ireland, Conlan is one of the most recognized names in modern Irish boxing. Known for his slick boxing style, elite amateur pedigree, and strong fan base, Conlan turned professional after making noise at the Rio 2016 Olympics, where his controversial exit actually made international headlines. As a pro, Conlan has fought across the featherweight and super bantamweight divisions. He has headlined big nights in Belfast and New York, always bringing his trademark movement, skill, and fighting heart. Despite suffering a couple of tough defeats, including the dramatic knockout loss against Lee Wood in 2022, Conlan has shown resilience, bouncing back with determination. When we talk about Michael Conlan's biggest wins, a few stand out. His victory over TJ Doheny in 2021 proved he could mix it at world level. He dominated with his southpaw stance, footwork, and high punch output. Another notable win came against Ionut Baluta, where he showcased discipline and boxing IQ against a relentless opponent. These wins highlight Conlan's strengths: ring generalship, tactical awareness, and the ability to adapt mid-fight. While some critics question his chin and finishing power, his skill set and experience are undeniable. Now let's move on to Jack Bateson. Born in Leeds, England, Bateson is one of Britain's rising talents. A former standout amateur who boxed for Team GB, Bateson has built a strong professional record, staying undefeated for most of his career while climbing through the domestic and European rankings. Bateson fights with discipline, sharp combinations, and excellent ring movement. He may not have the same global name recognition as Conlan, but in the UK boxing scene, Bateson is seen as a dangerous contender, ready for a big breakout fight. Bateson's biggest career wins came against the likes of Nasibu Ramadani and Ramez Mahmoud, where he controlled the ring with precision, volume, and technical skill. These fights showcased his strengths, patience, timing, and the ability to keep opponents at the end of his jab. What stands out about Bateson is his consistency. He doesn't rush, he doesn't waste shots, and he gradually breaks opponents down. This makes him dangerous, especially against fighters who get careless or overconfident. Michael Conlan's strengths: world-level experience, slick footwork, switch hitting ability, and toughness. His weakness? He can sometimes get drawn into firefights, which leaves him vulnerable to counters and big shots. Jack Bateson's strengths: technical precision, solid fundamentals, and composure under pressure. His weakness? Lack of top-level experience compared to Conlan, and questions about how he handles elite opposition. Expect Conlan to start fast, using his movement and jab to control the pace. He'll look to offset Bateson's rhythm with angles and quick combinations. Bateson, however, is patient. He'll aim to weather the early storm, establish his jab, and test Conlan's chin as the fight goes into the later rounds. The key factor here will be discipline. If Conlan avoids unnecessary exchanges and uses his experience, he could outbox Bateson and win on points. But if Bateson stays calm, picks his moments, and lands clean counters, we might see an upset brewing. Stylistically, this fight could be a high-level chess match early, turning into a war in the championship rounds. Fans can expect drama, momentum shifts, and possibly a late surge from both men. So, who wins? Based on experience, big fight exposure, and skill set, Michael Conlan has the edge going into this matchup. He's been under the bright lights, fought tougher opposition, and knows how to handle the pressure. However, Jack Bateson is the hungry challenger, undefeated for most of his career, and looking to prove himself on the big stage. If he can drag Conlan into deep waters, stay composed, and pick his shots, this fight could turn into a career-defining moment for him. But overall, the safe prediction is Michael Conlan by decision, although don't be surprised if Bateson makes this far more competitive than people expect. So there you have it, fight fans. Michael Conlan versus Jack Bateson, a thrilling clash between Irish pride and British grit. Conlan reminded us of his brilliance, while Bateson showed he belongs on the big stage. What did you think of the fight? Can Conlan make another run for a world title? Or will young prospects like Bateson rise even higher in the coming years? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget, subscribe to Boxing Vault HD for more fight breakdowns, brutal knockouts, and epic highlights from around the world. Until next time, keep your guard up and enjoy the sweet science of boxing.
Now, but it's been slowly bubbling.
You briefly mentioned it up there. You was the one to bring it up, actually. But a narrative that's loosely attached to your career about you not carrying power. From Mick Conlan's perspective, do you believe that's why he picked you? Because there is that mentality from the outside.
I don't think necessarily Mick, but I think maybe his team. Someone on his side. I think that's one of the reasons. Just because I think I've got 6 knockouts in my record, which isn't bad, but I'm not known as a knockout puncher, and I think they'll be hoping I can't punch on the night because people have questioned Mick's chin. But either way, I'm prepared for a hard 10 rounds, and I think as long as I perform, I can win.
I was going.
Your stable's been exceptionally busy the last few weeks, and you're busy up until Christmas. Michael, how's everything going in preparation?
I think everything has been going well. I feel I'm in a good place at the minute, mentally, physically, and I'm just looking to keep my momentum flowing and you know, flowing on to December 22nd.
I think there's a chance.
Found out why, so it wasn't nothing to do with me, and told him I still want that fight. And he says, no problem. He says, well, maybe after this one, if it's on Channel 5, we can do it. He says, okay.
Well, look, you're saying it's likely Belfast, end of August. Look, there's nothing on paper yet, so we know how boxing works. It could be September, October, but the thought of going back to Belfast, is that something you're keen on doing? Does it matter to you? I know you've had a sort of rich history and some really good nights there. Obviously, everyone talks about the fights in the park, but look, things aren't going right for you in Belfast as well. But how do you feel about going and fighting back home? Is it good for you? Is that what you're wanting to do?
It's just another fight, isn't it? Just another fight. Doesn't really matter where it is. It's a square circle. You go in and get the job done, and it is what it is. It doesn't bother me. You know, I happily go back and fight in Belfast. I'd happily fight anywhere else. Doesn't really matter. I fought all around the world.